I talk to a lot of people who are moving to Oakland, but they don't really know where to start. Sure, they've heard of Rock Ridge and Montclair and maybe even Piedmont Avenue, but unless you live here, you probably don't know too much about the neighborhoods that I'm about to show you today. These spots are still close to the city, but they feel a little bit more tucked away. They're not super urban, and they're definitely not suburban. They're somewhere in between, and they just feel really neighborhoody. First up is Glenview. If you like the idea of walking to grab a coffee, getting something to eat, and running into familiar faces, this might be the neighborhood for you. I have a few friends that live here that I ride bikes with, and frequently after we ride, we'll go grab coffee at Ultimate Grounds or get a beer at Paulista, and every time without fail they run into someone they know. It has that kind of small town neighborhood, everyone knows each other kind of vibe. And that's because Park Boulevard runs through the heart of the neighborhood. It's a pretty small stretch, but it has all the basics that you need, and it's lots of local mom and pop stores, not big chains. Another big bonus of living here is Diamond Park. It's got playgrounds, trails, creeks, and even a pool. It's one of those parks you'll actually use if you live here, and it's essentially a giant backyard for the homes nearby. Housing-wise, Glenview has that classic Oakland feel. Think California bungalows and old homes with a lot of character. Home prices here can vary quite a bit, so a 3-bedroom in pretty good condition ranges from around $900,000 all the way up to $1.5 million, and the prices change quite a bit. Here's a heat map showing the average home price in Glenview. So the darker the color, the more expensive the average price is, and up here you can see the average home price is more expensive. You see around 1.3, 1.5, and as you go down, the prices start to come down. And when you get closer to MacArthur and 580, you start to see low 1s and high 9s. And the vibe here is kind of perfect. You can still get to other parts of Oakland easily. You've got the park down the street, you've got the neighborhood strip, and once you're in the neighborhoods, it feels nice and quiet. Next up is Oakmore. Oakmore is one of those neighborhoods that's easy to miss. Even if you're a local, you might not know about it unless you drive through it. So despite being pretty centrally located, it's pretty removed from the day-to-day life, and once you're in this neighborhood, it feels very quiet, tree-lined, and peaceful. You're close to Glenview, and the Diamond, and Montclair isn't even that far away. But when you're up in this neighborhood, it feels a little bit more quiet, more removed. It has that kind of neighborhood in the hills kind of feel. And it might shock you, but Oakmore and Oakland has a lot of oak trees. And when this neighborhood was originally developed in the 1920s, preserving the natural landscape and the trees were a big part of the plan, and you can still see that today. Architecturally, Oakmore is one of the more interesting neighborhoods in Oakland. You see a really cool mix of Mediterranean, Tudor, storybook, and some mid-century mixed in too. Many of the homes also have incredible views. A 3-bedroom house in this neighborhood in good condition is typically around $1.3 to $1.5 million. Here's a heat map showing the prices, and you can see the most expensive homes are up here at the top of the hill, backing up into the park, and these homes are $2.5 million and up on average, and the prices do start to come down a little bit as you go to the edge of the neighborhood, but they're still around $1.3 million or so. You also have easy access to Diamond Canyon, and there's a little troll walk, which is a fun local thing if you've never seen it. And even though Oakmore doesn't really have a big commercial strip inside the neighborhood, you can get to Montclair Village, Park Boulevard, or the Diamond in just a few minutes. And if you just need a few groceries, Rocky's Market is right here. And third is Redwood Heights. Redwood Heights is close to everything, but you're not in the middle of it. Joaquin Miller and the East Bay Hills parks are up there, and you have MacArthur, which has a lot of day-to-day stores and conveniences right down the hill. MacArthur Boulevard has too many good restaurants to list. There's Ghost Town Brewery, Crumble and Whisk, which has the best cheesecakes in Oakland in my opinion. There's Golondrinas, which is a Mexican spot. Joe's Modern Thai is great if you want something a little fancier. And if you're a brunch person, Sequoia Diner is right here. And then there's Little Farmer Joe's, which is the smaller version of the Big Farmer Joe's down the street, and it is a grocery store the size of a corner store, but it somehow has everything you need. Housing-wise, it's what you'll find in a lot of Oakland, a nice mix between 1920s and 1950s. And in Redwood Heights, the higher you go up, the more likely you are to have a really nice view and have a bigger lot. And the further you go down the hill, it gets a little bit more densely packed and a little bit less expensive. Overall, Redwood Heights is still one of the better value play neighborhoods in Oakland. You can get a 3-bedroom house in pretty good condition, move-in ready for around $1 million, which is getting harder and harder to find, especially in some of the more well-known neighborhoods. Here's a map showing the prices in Redwood Heights, and the higher priced homes are typically higher up in the hill, closer to Highway 13, and those are around 1.3 to 1.5, but as you start coming down the hill, the prices start to come down a bit, averaging around low 1s to sometimes the high 9s. And if you're trying to figure out what neighborhood is best for you, my team and I are based here in Oakland. We would love to help. My contact information is in the description below. And if you want to watch a video about some of the more well-known Oakland neighborhoods, watch this video here. See you next time.